Big fight this week, right? I feel like it's one that everybody's got marked on the fight card between you and Daniel Rodriguez because we know it's going to be fireworks. It's going to be two guys that walk forward and aren't afraid to exchange in the pocket.
100%. You know, the stars make the good fights, and this fight have everything to be the fight of the night. It's going to be fireworks. I agree with you. He's a tough kid. They're coming forward, put a lot of pressure, volume, and there's going to be fun fight. I'm ready to put the daggers, doing the work, and ready to finish.
You guys were originally scheduled in the past to fight, right?
Right. Yeah, supposed to go on a fight for Noche UFC in 2023. He was doping. The fight does not happen. I fought in January 11, first card of the year. I won. I asked him to be active on the cage, and they offered me Rodriguez to May. I say, of course, let's do it. And I'm happy, excited to be, active.
And what do you think about this point in your career, right? Because we saw your last fight, you come off the win over Carlston Harris. Big victory, right? I feel like you needed that one at I think you're 38, right? 38 years old now, correct?
Yes, 38 years old.
38 years young.
For sure, 30 years young. I like that. No, man, of course I have my goals. I still believe that one of the best division. I can beat, the champion. I have the power to finish everyone in this division. But today I take in my career like a step by step. My goal now is win this Saturday. And after that, be fighting soon, be active. If I doing this and, the result is coming, I know they're going to, grow in the division, take my opportunity for the belt one day. But what I say, today the focus is to be active the most I can, the years I have. I don't know how many years more I can fight in, but I'm still feeling great.
That's interesting you say that, because when did that mindset switch? Because we see a lot of guys, early on in their careers, they're like, oh, I'm going to win this fight. I'm going to map this out. I'm going to do this, this, and this. But you just said, hey, I'm taking this one fight at a time. I'm not looking past Saturday.
Brother, I have so many years in the industry. I know how this works, and also I know how crazy are the life, right? Because I was in my best moment of my career, 7 victories in a row, doing everything good, stay number 6 in the world. I was 6, man. I almost died. I was pretty complicated, the problems with my health that I have. And, man, sometimes we have the goals, but life put, other ways to go in. And my goal is to stay healthy, be active, and I know if I can perform good, the other things are going to come.
And then when you talk about the health aspect of your career, like, was there ever a point where there was the lowest of lows and you're like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do anymore with my life at this point?
Brother, the doctors told me that maybe I can fight again on my life. It was pretty serious. The infection that I have, the antibiotics they put in on my body, they kill all my white gloves. They need to change for other antibiotics. They are not good for the ligaments, are not good for athletics. And take me a lot of time to recover from all this shit. And it was tough, and this is for what I say, I take one step at a time, and we will see.
And how cool is it to be fighting on a card with a guy like Jeremy Stephens? Because I feel like a lot of the veterans get to they get an opportunity in Iowa this weekend. We get to see the guys that have paved the way in the UFC. They have a lot of fights, and it's cool to see them share a card together.
100%. Yeah, Jeremy Stephens is a legend. He's a very fun fighter. I think he's from here, right?
Yeah.
He have the opportunity to fight home, in his local place. I think this is amazing to him. I don't know if it's gonna be the last dance for him, but it's a great opportunity, and that's good to see. The UFC give the opportunity for the guys that they're working for so long for them, right?
And then just going back to what you said earlier, I think you said DRod was out because of like a doping incident or something like that originally. I think he said he was cleared of it, but did you read too much into it, or are you just like, oh, he's out, I got to focus on what's going on?
Yeah, I don't care. I remember he was doping. He texted me on Instagram. He told me, hey, brother, this accident, I take a supplement, I not try to do nothing illegal to fight with you. I said, no, man, don't understand, shit happen, take care about you. Maybe we see in the future, and we are here right now, but, I don't read too much, nothing about that.
Final question. We don't see this one going the full 15 minutes?
Man, I'm working hard, and I really believe they have everything to finish him before the 15 minutes. Hello, brother.
You've had a great career so far, and you've represented your country of Argentina well here on the global stage. How many more fights do you think you have left in your career?
Man, still I'm competitive. I'm going to be inside of the octagon. It's, honor to me. Put my flight, represent my people, not just only from Argentina, if around place the world, they're believing in me in the most competitive octagon in the world. To me, it's a pleasure to doing that. Until I can doing like competitive fight, like I hold my career, nobody kick my ass and dominate for 10, 15 minutes. All my fight was competitive. I lost in a split decision, can catch me when I was punching in fights maybe I won in, but nobody smashed me. Still, I am competing on my career. I'm going to still competing for sure.
And then you mentioned your staph infection that kept you out for a while and on your first title run. How do you think your career would have shaped out differently if that didn't happen? And is the movement affected by the injury to this day?
Man, what's happening? If I think what has happened, if this not, we can lose energy on that. What sucks? But people die, man. People have infection. I have more than one infection. I have a epidermis staph, but I have also pseudomonas. That's more the hospitality bacteria. That's very complicated. Also, I have together two problems. I have arthritis reactive, and they don't find this until 7 months later. I'm start with the problem the infection in May, and they find out they have the arthritis in December. After they put me a lot of medication, after I go back to PT to try to recover my body, my body is not recovery. They find they have other problem. I go to the rheumatologist. I start with the corticoids. The case was very complex. I need to see so many doctors. I need to see so many different studies of medicine in the hospital. I take a lot of antibiotics on my body. Sometimes I think, fuck, man, there's a lot of guys, Belal, Leon, all these guys was behind me on the ranking, right? They're all guys that are behind me, and when I see they pass me, they take the opportunity for the belt. They give me a lot of frustration, but, man, I need to see, the other side. People die with infection, a lot of people die, fatalities happen, people die every day. Some athletics, they finish their career. The nurse, when they're going home, they told me, other fighters, they came back to the sport, I back. I'm still the most competitive case in the world. Man, it is what it is, it's life. Let's move forward.